Hello everyone. You are listening to this audiobook on channel Voice for Purpose by NSS IIT Bombay.
Money and women are the most sought after and the least known about of any two things we have. The above saying use the term least known about. Why so? Is money such a complex thing? Let us try to understand this mystery from its very root level. That is, money and its history. So, let's try the orthodox way. What is money? We all know about money, but I guess only a few of us will be able to define money in a few sentences. Let's try out. So, money is a kind of storage of a value, isn't it? Its value is fixed and never changes with time. Money allows us to assign a value to a substance and is thus an effective way to trade goods and services between you and me. Money is undoubtedly one of the most critical aspects of the present era. We need money for buying groceries, even internet bills, and many more. The list is endless. We often use digital method of payment or cash for transactions. But wait, our ancestors did not have these facilities. No term like cash was there in the Stone Age. So what did they do to get needy goods? So the earliest method for the transaction of goods was called the barter system. As the name suggests, bartering exchanges goods and services between two or more parties without money. It was developed around 6000 BC. For example, let's say you have a garden and you have grown a lot of apples. But your axe broke out, so you decided to go to a blacksmith and barter a new axe. So you offered him, let's say, 10 apples in exchange for the axe. So two conditions arise. The blacksmith thinks the deal a profitable one or needs apples. Then it's well and good. You got your axe. But wait, what if the blacksmith doesn't want apples for any reason? What will you do then? You don't have any other stuff to give him. So you can reasonably imagine how strange life would be then. So people faced such difficulties and started exchanging common goods like metals and seashells with interest. And from the idea of transaction of metals, the use of coins took birth. Fun fact. Ever thought how did the word salary come into use? Earlier, Roman soldiers were given salt in return for their services. In Latin, salt was called sal and thus the term salary became handy. The first coins were developed in around 700 BC in the Iron Age kingdom Lydia, that is, present-day Turkey. The Lydians were the first to make gold and silver coins for assigning values to goods and make transaction easier. They were also the ones who established retail shops in permanent locations. Fun fact 2.0. The earliest Spanish dollar at around 200 BC was large and was made of soft silver. They were 8 times the single unit value. The fascinating thing is, the seller will cut the coin into 2 halves to return you 4 units. Imagine a shopkeeper giving you half of a 10 rupee for returning 5 rupees. Okay, jokes apart. So this coin system was a revolution and people started accepting this methodology. Soon, everyone also started trading via this. But people faced some issues still. Trades where large transactions are to be made, the people have to send a separate boat with quintals of coins to make transactions. Metals were also precious, and the increasing demand for cash will soon result in a resource crisis. Around 1200 AD, Christopher Columbus visited China. There he found a new and straightforward way of transaction, that is, via paper currency. He soon took this method to other countries and thus the demand for paper as currency hiked. People assigned the different writing types as different values, like we have 10 rupees, 50 rupees and other types of currency notes. Paper weighs far much lighter than metal coins. It's handy and many more. This method was widely accepted. But all the above historical ideas we learned, there is one thing missing. Let's say during the age of coins, you cannot fix the amount of wealth for a man. A blacksmith can make a coin every day and will quickly get richer and richer day by day. People found this as the major difficulty. And needless to say, this gave birth to the idea of security printing in banks. What they did was they used microprinting, lathe-works, and method like that to make currency making a task for authorized people only. Gradually, we got to our present world, where our Reserve Bank prints money. Cotton replaced paper. Watermarks are applied to ensure security. Banks help in the transaction of money, and so on. We now have various currency types starting from a thin cylindrical 1 rupee coin to the 2000 rupee note. But still, an innovative mind never stops. It keeps searching for methods better than the present ones. This gave birth to the latest transaction method called digital transaction, where you have the privilege of making a payment from your desk to a person living far away from you. It all started in 1994, just 27 years ago, when the Stanford Federal Credit Union was established, the first financial institution which offered online internet banking services. The game changer incident was when people adopted mobile versions of transactions using Paytm, Google Pay, etc. This method is by far the safest method of transaction. In the end, I'd like to ask you a pretty simple food for thought. Can there be any better method for the transaction? Remember, innovation is better than knowledge. Who knows, you may be the next icon of the whole world. By this, I will end the session. I hope you guys liked it. Please share your views through comment section.
So hope you guys had fun. Please like, share and subscribe to this channel for more interesting audiobooks.